Hello, Year 8. I'm going to start going through these exam questions that I set you on Show My Homework. This is really good preparation for your first assessment that's on Monday. So I have drawn out all of the questions here, so I don't actually have the question paper that I gave you online. So I've just drawn out all the diagrams on my exercise sheet. So let's get started. Question 1. Here are two different straight lines. Work out the size of angle X. So we have got two angles on a straight line. And the first rule you have to remember about angles is that angles on a straight line add to 180 degrees. I'll write that down. Angles on a straight line add to 180 degrees. So these two angles are on this straight line and they will add up to 180 altogether. Now the first angle you can see is 62 degrees, and then this plus X will be 180. Another way of saying that is 180 is the total, and if we subtract the 62, we should find out what X is. All right, so 180 degrees, take away 62 degrees is equal to X. So X is going to be equal to 180 take away 62 is 118 degrees. All right, you can always check your answer by looking at the angle X, and although this is not drawn to scale, you can see that X is very clearly an obtuse angle. It's greater than 90 degrees. 90 degrees would be around here. So you can see X is slightly bigger than 90 degrees. So it's an obtuse angle, so 180 degrees makes sense. Question 2. AB is a straight line. Work out the size of angle X. Now again, we're going to use the same rule that angles on a straight line add to 180 degrees. So these three angles will add together to give 180 degrees. And another way of writing that is 180 is the total. So if we take away 21 and take away 47 from 180 degrees, we should get the remaining value, which is X. All right. So 180 take away 21 is going to be 159. And 159 take away 47 is going to be 112 degrees. So X is equal to 112 degrees. Let's double check that. 112 plus 47 is 159. 159 plus 21 is 180. So that makes sense. Again, we can check it. X here looks like it's slightly bigger than 90 degrees, which would make sense because that means it's obtuse, and 112 degrees is an obtuse angle. So again, we've got that one correct as well. Question 3 is another bit of practice of angles on a straight line. Let me read out the question from my computer. AB is a straight line. Work out the size of angle X. So again, these three angles, 103 degrees, 49 degrees, and X will all sum to 180. Another way of writing that is 180 is the total. So we got to take away 49 and take away 103 to work out what X is. All right. Now 180 take away 49 is going to be 131. And 131 take away 103 is going to be 28 degrees. So X is equal to 28 degrees. You won't have a calculator in this exam, so you're going to have to do simple arithmetic on the side. So for example, let me do one here. 180 take away 49. You got to borrow 1 from the 8, so it becomes 7. Carry the 1 over. 10 take away 9 is 1. 7 take away 4 is 3. And you've got 1 left over. So it's 131. Then 131 take away 103. I have to borrow 1 from the 3. That 1 becomes 11. 11 take away 3 is 8. 2 take away 0 is 2. And 1 take away 1 is 0. So that means it's 28 degrees, which is exactly what I found. I just did the mental arithmetic in my head. So X is 28 degrees. Again, you can check it. This is an obtuse angle. This is an acute angle. And X, again, looks now this time like an acute angle. And 28 degrees is acute. So that makes sense. Always check that your answer is sensible. Now, for question 4, a slightly different rule we have to use. Now, angles on a straight line sum to 180. Angles around a point, here's the point in pink, will add up to 360 degrees. So angles around a point add to 360 degrees. You can see all three of these angles are fully around this point, so they will all add to 360. So another way of writing that is 360 is the total. And we're going to take away 50 here and take away the 60 here to get what x is, the remaining x bit is. So 360 take away 50 is 310. 310 take away 60 is 250. And this was a multiple choice question, so we're going to circle the 250 there. And that's question 4 done. Question 5 is testing pictograms. Let me read out the question. Now, Rashid counted the pieces of homework he had done in 3 subjects. He draws a pictogram to show the results. He's got his key here, where a full circle with 4 segments represents 4 pieces of homework. So here's the maths section, the English section, and the geography section is left blank. Now, part A, Rashid has done 5 pieces of geography homework. Show the information in the pictogram. So this is 4, so we're going to draw 1 full circle with the 4 segments. That's 4. We have to draw 5, so we need 1 extra quarter segment, because each quarter segment is worth 1. Like 1, 2, 3, 4 is the full circle, so we need to draw an extra quarter segment for the 5th piece of homework, and that's what geography should be. So that's part A, done. Part B, Rashid spent 30 minutes on each piece of homework. Work out the total time he spent on homework for these subjects. Give your answer in hours and minutes. So we're going to count up all the pieces of homework first. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. He had 39 pieces of homework in total. So that's total would be 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 pieces, 4, 8, 12, 14 pieces, and 5, which adds up to 39 pieces of homework. And then we have to multiply that by either 30 minutes, you can multiply it by 30 to give it in minutes, or you can multiply it by 0.5, because 30 minutes is half of an hour. All right, so you can multiply 39 multiplied by 0.5. So 39 multiplied by 0.5, you won't have as tricky a question in the exam because it's a non-calculator paper. So I'll just do this on a calculator. Don't worry, your question will not be as tricky as this. 39 multiplied by 0.5 is 19.5. So that's 19.5 in hours. So 19.5 hours is 19 hours. This is part B. And 0.5 hours, we've already talked about, is 30 minutes. So 19 hours and 30 minutes. That's how you do question 5. Question 6, a group of students were asked to name their favorite burger. The pictogram shows the results, but the key is missing. So this amount of people said chicken, this amount of people said beef, this said turkey, and this said veggie. All right. Now, in the question, you're told 40 students said veggie. How many students said chicken? So we know now that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles equals 40 people. So we have to work out what 1 circle equals. So we have to ask ourselves, how do we get from 5 to 1 using multiplication or division? Because this is a proportional reasoning question. To get from 5 to 1, we have to divide by 5. So we're going to divide both of these sides by 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1, and 40 divided by 5 is 8 people. So each circle is worth 8 people. So we want to work out how many students said chicken. Well, we know a full circle is 8, so we got 8, 8, 8. And this is half a circle, so half of 8 is 4. And all we have to do is add these up. 8, 16, 24, 28. 28 students liked chicken. And that is question 6 done. I need to find question 7, which is over the page. All right. All right, question 7. A shop sells raincoats and umbrellas. The scatter graph shows the monthly sales for 12 months. So I've just drawn this out myself, so it might not look exactly the same as yours, but it's fairly close. So part A, we have to write down the type of correlation shown by the graph. So part A, the correlation. Well, you can see from all of the plotted points that as the sales of umbrellas increases, the sales of the raincoats is also increasing. See, it's going, both of them are increasing together. So this is positive correlation when two variables increase. This is positive correlation. Part B, the manager expects the sales of umbrellas next month to be £60. Draw a line of best fit to estimate the sale of raincoats next month. So the sale of umbrellas, £60 would be here. So what we have to do first is we have to draw a line of best fit when we're doing an estimating question. I told you that on Friday. So let me draw a line of best fit. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 points. So ideally, my line of best fit would have 6 above and 6 below the line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if I can get those, at least those 5 below the line. Let me see. Let's see what this looks like. There is my not very straight line of best fit. There is my attempted line of best fit. That's pretty good. We've got 1, 2, 3 very clearly above, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 above, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 below, and then you've got about 3 that touch the line. So that's a pretty good effort. That will count. That will be absolutely fine and get marks for that. This is part B. So I've drawn my line of best fit. Now I have to estimate using my line of best fit. So when it says estimate, you always have to draw a line of best fit first, and then you use your line of best fit to estimate. So what the question was asking, it's saying the manager expects the sale of umbrellas to be 60 next month. So what's the £60? How many pounds is he going to get for the sale of raincoats? So what you do, once you've got the number that the manager is expecting, which is 60, you draw a vertical line up until it touches your line of best fit. Let me do that line again. That was absolutely dreadful. Let me see if I actually use a protractor. That little stencil was rubbish. Where am I? There we go. That's much better. So there's my line. Vertical line till it touches the line of best fit. And then once it touches the line of best fit, we go from where it touches the line of best fit horizontally across the y-axis until it touches the y-axis. So what it's saying, this line of best fit, is whenever the sale of umbrellas is £60, we are expecting the sale of raincoats to be £125. And that will be my answer for part B. It'll be £125, the sale of raincoats. Question 8. Another scattergraphs question. So it says, a secretary types letters and answers the telephone. The time spent on 6 days are shown on the scatter graph. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plotted points. The next part says, part A, the table shows the time spent on the next 4 days. So here is the time on the telephone, and here's the time spent typing. So we have to plot those 4 points onto our scatter graph. So the telephone is on the x-axis and the time typing is on the y-axis. So time on the telephone is 275, so go across to 275, which is here. And the time typing is 125. So 275, 125, and I plot my point. Here it is here, 275, 125. The next point is going to be 150, 190. So we'll go across to 150 and up to 190. 190 isn't marked on the axis, so just make it close to 200. There's 150, and that's roughly 190 there. The next one is 125, 225. 125 is here, and 225 is up here. And last one is 180 on the telephone. 180 is just after 175, and 175 spent typing. So just after 175 up to 175. So it'll be around here. So there's the 4 points plotted. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's part A done. Next, I have to draw a line of best fit. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points. No, that's not a point. Scribble that out. It looks like it's a point. It's just a mark from the previous page. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So ideally I want 5 above and 5 below the line, but it's not, don't worry about too much as long as it's roughly even. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. So I could possibly try and draw my line through here. See how that goes. There's my line of best fit there. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 below, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 above. And that looks pretty good. So that's my line of best fit drawn. That's part B. C, on another day, she spent 200 minutes on the telephone. Use your line of best fit to estimate the time she spent typing. So I go across to 200 on the x-axis. That's the telephone axis. There's 200 there. I'm going to draw my vertical line in again because this is estimating. So I draw my vertical line up to the line of best fit. You stop once it touches the line of best fit. And then I go horizontally across from the line of best fit to the y-axis, like that. So it's, for me, it's just above 150. So let's say it's 155 minutes. So for part C, when she spends 200 mins on the telephone, she spends 155 minutes typing. All right. And that 155 minutes is the answer. Now, you might have a slightly different answer, but if it's very close to 155, that's fine. That will work nicely. So it doesn't have to be exactly my answer because everybody's line of best fit will be slightly different. So if it's around that sort of within about 40 minutes of that 155, that should be fine. And similarly with that previous question where I got £125, if it's around that, if it's close to that £125, you'll be marked correct. There's a large range of values that the answer can take. Question 9 is a circle-related question. So it says, write down the word that describes the line PQ. This is the line PQ here. I'll just shade it in pink. Now, we've got a circle, and P goes from one side of the circle to the other, passing through the center. This is called the diameter. All right. The radius is halfway. It's from the edge of the circle to the center, and the diameter is from the edge of the circle to another edge through the center. So the diameter is twice the size of the radius, and the line around the edge of the circle is called the circumference. Right, the full edge of the circle, right the way around, is called the circumference. But here, PQ is the diameter. Question 10. These are average questions. So we've got a list of numbers here: 10, 8, 2, 11, 12, 15, 4, and 4. Our part A, we want to work out the mode. Now the mode is the most popular. So we got to work out which number features the most. So we got 110, 18, 12, 111, 112, 115, and 2 4s. So the mode is going to be 4, because there's 2 4s. Part B in this question is asking us to work out the median. Now, to work out the median, what we have to do first is order the numbers from the smallest to the largest. So the smallest number is 2. Then we have 4, 4 again. Next smallest is 8. Then we have 10. Then we have 11. Then we have 12. And then we have 15. Now, make sure you count your numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Check it with the original question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I know now I haven't missed any numbers. So, what I then have to do is work out where the middle is. So we've got 8 numbers. So the middle is going to be here. 3 numbers on either side. Now, when there's 2 numbers in the middle, what I have to do is add those numbers together and divide by 2. So 10 plus 8 is equal to 18. And 18 divided by 2 is equal to 9. So 9 is the median here. The median is 9. And part C is asking us to work out the range. Now, the range is the largest number in the data set, take away the smallest number in the data set. The largest number in the data set is 15, and the smallest number in the data set is 4. So it's 15 take away 4, which is 11, and that's the range. Question 11, we've got another averages question. Here's a list of numbers: 7, 4, 9, 10, 4, 3, 5, 8. So firstly, it's asking us to write down the mode. The mode is the most popular number. And we've got 1, 7. We've got 2 4s. We've got 1, 9. We've got 1, 10. We've got 1, 3, 1, 5, and 1, 8. So 4 again is the mode. It's the most popular number in the data set. For part B, it's asking us to work out the mean. Now, the mean is the average that most people remember. To work out the mean, we add all the numbers up and divide by the total number in the data set. So we've got 7 plus 4 plus 9 plus 10 plus 4 plus 3 plus 5 plus 8. Adding those all up, 7 plus 4 is 11, 11 plus 9 is 20, 20 plus 10 is 30, 30 plus 4 is 34, 34 plus 3 is 37, 37 plus 5 is 42, 42 plus 8 is 50. So the total is 50. And then we're going to do 50 divided by the total number in the data set. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to be 50 divided by 8. Now 50 doesn't divide by 8 cleanly, but that's okay. Let's do our bus stop method. Let's just double check I haven't made a mistake. 20, 30, 34, 37, 42, 50, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. So 8 divided by 50, 8 goes into 56 times, and we have 2 remainder. So I put my decimal point in, add the 0, and then we carry over the 2. 8 goes into 20 2 times, and there's 4 remainder, and 8 goes into 40 5 times, just 6.25. So the answer is 6.25 is the mean. Question 12 is a pie chart question. Some people were asked for the main way they listen to music. A pie chart is drawn to represent their answers. All right, so we've got loads of angles here. We've got 2 x's, 162 degrees, 40 degrees, and a right angle, which is 90 degrees. Now, it wants us to work out the size of angle X in part A. All right, so what we're going to do is add all of these together. And because these are all angles around a point, we know they have to add up to 360. So 162 degrees plus 40 degrees, just adding these all up, plus 90 degrees plus X plus another x is equal to 360. Now, if we're going to simplify this, 162 plus 40 is 202, and 202 plus 90 is 292. So you've got 292 degrees plus x, how many x's there are? There are two x's, so that's going to be plus 2x, is equal to 360 degrees. Now, we're going to try and get rid of this 292 from the left-hand side to work out just what 2x is. So, we can work out what 2x is by taking away 292 from both sides of this equation, all right? So what I'm going to do is take away 292 from the left-hand side and take away 292 from the right-hand side. So getting rid of the 292, we're left with 2x is equal to 360 take away 292 is 68 degrees. So if 2x's are equal to 68 degrees, we want to work out what 1x is equal to. And all we have to do there is divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. And then 68 divided by 2 is 34. So x is equal to 34 degrees. And that's part A. For part B, I'll do part B up here. 135 people said computer. All right, so 135 people. Said computer. How many people said phone? So we know that 135 people is equal to 90 degrees. Now, we have to ask ourselves then, how do we get phone? So phone is 162 degrees. Well, because these are proportionally related, if we can work out how do we get from 135 to 90, we can do the same thing for the question mark to 162. So how do we get from 135 to 90? We would firstly go back to 1 and then go up to 90. So to go back to 1 first, we divide by 135 to get back to 1 and then multiply by 90. So that's how we get from here to there. Now, for the phone, we know the angle and we want to get to the number of people. So we have to go the other way around. So if we go this way, we're dividing by 135 and multiplying by 90. If we have to go the other way, we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to divide by 90 and multiply by 135. So 162 divided by 90 multiplied by 135. That's going to be 243. 243 people said that they used the computer. Last question. The table shows 72 where 72 people went on holiday. So we've got Spain 36, Portugal 18, Turkey 6, and other 12. All right. So we then have to use this information and draw a pie chart. Now to do this, we set up our table that we've been doing in our classes. So we've got the total is 72, and we know that the total in a pie chart will be 360. So we have to ask ourselves, how do we get from 72 to 360? Well, again, if you're not sure, if you can't see it, you go back to 1 first and up to 360. So 72 going back to 1, you divide by 72. And once you're at 1, you multiply by 360 to get up to 360. So if we do that process for all of these, we will get each angle. So let's show you how that works. So look, 12 divided by 72 multiplied by 360 gives you 60. 6 divided by 72 and multiplied by 360 is equal to 30. 18 divided by 72 and multiplied by 360 is equal to 90, and 36 divided by 72 multiplied by 360 gives you 180. So now I have all of the angles I require to be able to draw my pie chart. And here I've drawn a pie chart for you. And I'm going to complete it now using my protractor, if I can find it. So, first thing I'm going to draw my 180 degree angle. That's pretty easy to draw because I can just draw a straight line right across, because 180 degrees is a straight line. So there is my 180 degrees. And that is for Spain. All right. Now, for the next one, I go from the middle point, which is right here. And I'm going to draw, I have to turn my page around now, and I'm going to start from the middle point, and next I'm drawing my 90-degree angle. So the bottom of the protractor goes in the center, and I start from here where the 0 is, and I go around to 90 degrees and mark it. So I'm going on the outside scale up to 90, I mark it there, and then I draw my straight line down. And there's my 90-degree angle. And again, that wasn't very straight because I've got something underneath on my table, but as long as it looks relatively straight, you will get the marks. And if you're within 2 degrees, you'll also get the marks. All right. And the next one I have to draw is 30 degrees. So again, I have to change my base. So I'm going to move my page around. This is my new line I'm going to measure from. So again, 0 in line with my new base. Going using the outside scale, and I'm going up to 30. Marking that, and then I am lining it up with the center of my circle and drawing a straight line through. That's the 30-degree one. And then the final angle doesn't need to be drawn because it's already done for you. This one should be 60 degrees. All right. Now, the last thing you have to do for this is make sure that all of the sections are labeled. So Spain is 180 degrees. Portugal was the 90. Turkey was the 30. And the other was the 60. And those are the questions finished. All the best with your revision, and I will see you on Monday.